The ninth of Av. Now, this is happening right now. We're right in the middle of the ninth of Av, basically, August 12th to the 13th, 2024. And a couple of details. I did the last video about this, but I think it's very important because there is news now that indeed Israeli intelligence, Mossad and such, believe that Iran is winding up to do something. They've waited a long time. And I said it before, the ninth of Av is likely an interesting date for them. There's been a lot of destruction, a lot of sorrow for Israel on that date. Ninth of Av, around August 12th of 2024, is the saddest day on the Jewish calendar, on which we fast, deprive ourselves, and pray. It is a culmination of the 3 weeks of a period of time during which we mark the destruction of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. So here's a few things that have happened. So in 1313 BCE, or before Christ, BCE means before the Common Era because they want to take Christ out of it, right? That's what BCE means. But BC used to mean before Christ. The spies returned from the Promised Land with frightening reports, and Israelites balked at the prospect of entering the land. But the spies went and they looked at it, and they said there were giants in the land, and they were as grasshoppers before them. And they were frightened, and they didn't have faith in God to give them the victory. And because of that, God decreed that they would therefore wander in the desert for 40 years. If they don't have faith in God, are they destined for more waiting? Both the holy temples in Jerusalem were destroyed on this date, the 9th of Av. So interesting, right? The Bar Kokhba revolt against Romans in 133, and that's, they CE is the Common Era, but it's supposed to be, the Christian era. And it ended in defeat. The Jews of Betar were butchered on the 9th of Av, and the Temple Mount was plowed 1 year later on the same date. Iran knows these dates. It's very, very significant to them. They know there's been a lot of butchering and destruction that's happened on that date. So again, what a great time to rub it in, for Iran to do that to Israel on the 9th of Av. Later on in history, more tragedies happened on this day, including 1290 expulsion of England's Jews and the 1492 banishment of all Jews from Spain. So all through the years, people have hated the Jews, and it continues. And so again, what a great time, in Iran's point of view, to rub salt in the wound and do a massive strike in retaliation for Hania assassination and the Lebanese, things that are going on, and Hamas, that situation. Now it's come to light that Hamas has actually killed a hostage now and injured a couple others because they're trying to retaliate, again, distract Israel from Iran. This is news that there could be a large-scale attack coming. Iran is getting ready for a large-scale attack. Axios reports that Israeli intelligence community's updated assessment is that Iran is poised to attack Israel directly in retaliation for the elimination of Hamas's political leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, and is likely to do it within days. And so this is dated August 12th. So then you ask, well, what time is it in Jerusalem, in Israel? Well, it is now 3:58 a.m., so it's the morning of August 13th. And the 9th of Av ends, the end of day, or sundown, I believe it is, on our August 13th on the Gregorian calendar. So it is, for them, it is Tuesday, August 13th, basically right now. So the end of the 13th, sundown, that should be the end of the 9th of Av. And this would be a prime time, 3:48. That middle of the night time when everybody's sleeping, and no one's really paying attention. The least number of people are monitoring, and so if there's going to be a strike on the 9th of Av, it would have to be in the next couple of hours here, our time. So we'll see what comes of that. But so that's interesting. And again, so here you see the fast of Tish B'Av 2024. The 9th of Av begins sundown August 12th, and it concludes nightfall August 13th. Yeah, so sundown August 13th. And again, it's early morning August 13th in Israel right now. So is that going to happen? This also happened. Earthquakes, interesting. Regional quake 5.2 earthquake hits northern central Israel and surrounding countries. Is there an earthquake in the last days? Yeah, I believe there is, and it splits the mountain in two, and so this is an interesting thing to watch when you hear of earthquakes, birth pains, these sorts of things, and right on just before potentially, I guess it did happen on the 9th of Av, according to this date here. And is there going to be an Iranian strike? Could very well happen. And I think Iran's been waiting, and so look for something to happen in the next couple of hours. It would be very significant for Iran to do that. So I'll leave there. Pay attention. Keep your head on a swivel. Your freedoms are being removed. Look at the folks in the UK who can't even post to Facebook or X or YouTube, videos about what's happening there, the riots and such. They're going to jail for this. Meanwhile, the rioters are not going to jail. They're being let out, aren't they? There was even a rapist there that was let go. They let him off. They let him off on the charges of rape because he didn't know it was illegal to do something with a minor. I guess because he was from a different country, right? So your freedoms are being lost, folks. This is going to come to Canada. It's starting in the UK. Will we stand up? I doubt it. And it's pretty scary. But this is the world we go to, and this is the world which the Bible describes in the last days when the Antichrist is around and he's ruling and reigning, for a period. And he implements the mark of the beast system. That tells you that things only get worse from here, and that we don't stand up, and that our freedoms are removed. Going to be great persecution in the last days. So 9th of Av, very, very significant for Israel. And is there a strike coming? Israeli intelligence believes so. I'll leave there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.